Hello, race fans. The NASCAR Second Cup Series is back for the third race of our NASCAR Second Cup Series playoffs. We're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway getting ready for the South Point Hotel and Casino 400. Now, we had some pretty intense racing last week at the world's fastest half-mile Bristol Motor Speedway. But this week, we're going to have 4 drivers who are going to have one last chance to try to get into the round of 12. After this race, we're going to say goodbye to 4 drivers in the playoffs. And actually, one of the drivers actually in the danger zone is Nathan Ormond in the 48. He currently sits 16th in standings right now, running in last place among our championship contenders. And starting right beside him is his teammate Alex Ferranti. Last time we saw Ferranti in victory lane was all the way back at Bristol Dirt. So hopefully Ferranti will try to throw his teammate a bone and help him try to get a win. All intended was James Qualls, who raced his way into the round of 12. Last week at Bristol, it was Jessica Shelton. Can we go 3 for 3 for having championship contenders race their way into the round of 12? We have a few of them starting in the top 10 and in the top 15. As you can see from our drivers sitting on pit road, a lot can happen in this race. We're going to be racing for 41 laps. Hopefully none of these drivers pull up snake eyes. So hopefully we can see what they can do here today, as we're just moments away from those famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
I'm up in the center of 1 and 2 up here, so as you're going down the back stretch into 3, it may appear to me that they're inside, but they may be just shy of that. I'll really try to stay on top of that all night, but
As the drivers are rolling off pit road, here is your starting lineup for the South Point Hotel and Casino 400. Ferranti ended up getting the fastest lap in qualifying, but he has a gaggle full of hungry championship contenders right behind him. I don't know if he's going to have anything for, in that 9 car here tonight, but the pace car is making its way onto pit road. 41 laps of racing, and I hope all of you guys are ready. Ready for racing here at Las Vegas, as the green flag is now out. In the turns 3 and 4 for the first time here today. I don't think Nathan Ormond got that good of a start. And oh man, speaking of which, Nathan Ormond just smacked the wall. And oh man, they're going 4 wide here. Oh, you do not want to go 4 wide here, as Alex Ferranti will lead the first lap. And Nathan Ormond, he is falling back. This is not what he needs to happen here today. And oh man, he's in the wall again. Oh man, he might have a tire rub. He needs to get off of that outside line any way he can. But the race is still young. A lot can happen. As we head back to the front, it's still all about Alex Ferranti, but he's going to have 2 hungry Toyotas right behind him. Cody Lamas right now in the number 11. Right now, he sits 6th in standings. He's in good standing, as Dougie Shears right now sits 8th. Coming up behind them is Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater right now, he sits ninth in standings as we're having a battle for second place. Dougie Shears trying to get around his fellow Toyota here as Cody Lamas, he continues to get a run on the outside here. The more that these Toyotas battle, and oh man, we got a wreck. We got a wreck. Something happened at the exit of turn 4 here, and the caution is out. I couldn't see exactly who was involved, but we'll find out very shortly as Alex Ferranti continues to lead. Alex Ferranti will lead them down to the yellow flag as we will hit lap 5, and it looks like it happened in the front straightaway. Now we have to see who was involved. And there's a little bit of damage to Christina Bell running the Crash Bandicoot 4 colors. And Cole Deaver, oh man, Cole Deaver, he was actually on the bubble of getting eliminated from the playoffs. This is not what he needed to happen, as there is major front and rear end damage to that number 3. Jessica Shelton, last week's winner, she's also back here, but I don't see any damage to her number 20. Brayson Mitchell's back here. Nathan Hudson's back here. I don't see any damage to anyone else. This may have been just a solo car accident, but unfortunately, Cole Deaver, oh man, this was not what he needs to happen. He currently sits 12th in standings, not that far in front of Charles Sanford, who's 13th. He's only 3 points ahead of Charles Sanford, but with that damage he got, oh man, this is not what he needed to happen. We're gonna have to head to the replays and see exactly what happened to Cole Deaver. Okay, here's having brought out our first caution. Just coming out of turn 4, it was in a Cole Deaver was in a 3-wide situation, and then he just gets hit in the right rear quarter panel, left rear quarter panel, excuse me. He gets hit in the left rear quarter panel by Chris Dalton, and then while he's trying to correct himself, he just gets tapped in his right rear quarter panel by Christina Bell, and that sends the number 3 and the number 40 together into the wall. Oh my god, doesn't that look familiar? But anyway, Cole Deaver gets rear end damage and front end damage, but it doesn't look to be too serious. I mean, he's not smoking. Christina Bell also drives away with the light damage. She got to her number 40, but Cole Deaver got the brunt of it. Hopefully it won't take them too long to get all that fixed once they get on pit road. Before we head back to live action, we had a little bit of calamity on pit road with our points leader James Qualls. Now everyone's just taking their yellow flag pit stops, and just as Kyle Matthews was about to get into his pit stall, he gets into the number 70 of James Qualls here. Now, luckily, Kyle Matthews, he didn't get that glitch where he had to teleport back to his pit box, but James Qualls, he just slams into the back of Brett Kennenberg, and that made him get a lot of front-end damage to his number 70. Now, luckily, Qualls, he's already raced his way into the round of 12, but unfortunately for tonight, his night is over because the next time around, he came back and took his number 70 back to the garage area, so Qualls is already out of this race. Back at Las Vegas, getting ready for the restart. We only have one driver who is out of this race, and that is James Qualls. Simon Oscon currently sits on pit road, and he is 2 laps down. He may have some mechanical problems on his number 91. But our top 10, once we get back underway, goes as follows. Alex Ferranti is still the race leader. Second is Dougie Shears. Third is Charles Sanford. Fourth is Zachary Fitzwater. Fifth, Cody Lamas. Sixth is Tim Fiegel. Seventh is RJ Bishop. Eighth, Dylan Young. Ninth, Alex Drayton. And rounding out the top 10 is Matt McIntyre. Excuse me. The rest of the top 15 are Ryan Acosta, hometown driver Sky Commons, Mitchell Collins in the 22, Cole Daly in the 18, and Dylan Pote in the 31, as the green flag is now back out. And I just saw Simon Oscon leaving pit road. And oh man, we're already having a battle for the lead after the restart. Dougie Shears is looking to take it away from Alex Ferranti, which he does. The 83 has cleared the 9 as they're making it 3 wide for second place. Here comes Charles Sanford. Like I said earlier, Charles Sanford sits 13th in 13th in the standings. He's the first car to be eliminated in these playoffs, and a good finish here, considering what happened to Cole Deaver, will put him into the round of 12. But he just lost a couple of positions to Zachary Fitzwater and Cody Lamas here in the 11 as he's looking to try to take away second place. Oh my God, the 11 and the 9. Doesn't this also look familiar here? And oh man, these guys are running dangerously hard as Dougie Shears will continue to lead. Dougie Shears, he's looking to try to get his second win of the season. He hasn't been in victory lane since Talladega. He spent so long trying to get his first win. He would love to be a multiple-time winner in the NASCAR Second Cup. And oh man, we have a lot of drivers just scraping the wall. That's going to allow RJ Bishop in the 17 to take the 4th position away, running the Violet Defense colors. And I think the caution's out again. I thought I saw the lights on pit road. Okay, no, it's not. My mistake. Now we see Alex Drayden running the One Cure colors on his number 14 as he currently sits by himself in 6th place, getting around his teammate Zachary Fitzwater. And further back, now we see Cole Daly working to get around Charles Sanford in the 18, and he's being pushed by William Brock running the old Credit One Bank colors on his number 42. And oh man, there's a lot of drivers running dangerously hard as we go to the helicopter camera. William Brock trying to do wherever he can. And oh man, Charles Sanford, he just got into the wall. And he almost got into Sky Commons there. That could have been very close. William Brock now has Michael Norman and Aaron Macklin trying to close in on him. And we got a wreck out of turn 4. Oh man, oh man, they're still wrecking. And that was a lot of drivers involved, and they just made it back to the start finish line, and it looks like Dougie Shears and Cody Lamas are still trying to race for the lead, and it looks like Cody Lamas will get it. Cody Lamas gets around Dougie Shears for the lead as they will race all the way back. And oh no, Charles Sanford and Nathan Ormond, two playoff drivers trying to race their way to the round of 12, and Ormond already took his car back to the garage area. So Nathan Ormond is going to be one of the drivers eliminated from the playoffs. And I'm trying to see if there was anyone else involved. And oh man, there's right side damage to Brandon Crasta. There's a lot of front end damage to Danny Wells in the 12. And oh no, that's Tim Fiegel, I believe. Yes, that's Tim Fiegel, 5th in standings. He's up in smoke. Oh man, this was a huge accident to take place out of turn 4. I'm trying to see who was all involved. Stephen Cullen, he's got a lot of damage. And oh man, Seth Cole, 7th in standings. He's got damage. And oh man, they're still wrecking. Simon Oscon just took out Danny Wells. Oh man, what happened there? And oh man, Dylan Young, he's got some front end damage. Dustin Steller's got damage. Levi McIntyre's got a ton of damage. Oh my god, there were a lot of drivers involved in this mess. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to definitely go through the replays and see what happened here. I believe our race leader is still gonna be Cody Lamas once pit stops are over. So let's head to the replays and see what all happened. Well, here's how to put out our second caution. I was on the helicopter camera with William Brock, and it looks like coming out of turn 4, it looks like Charles Sanford just gave the wall a smack, and then that makes him get right into the right side of Tim Fiegel. And in turn, that also took out Dylan Young, and his teammate Mitchell Collins also spins out. Steven Gonzalez, he had to go all the way into the grass to avoid all of this. Charles Sanford spins out right in front of Nathan Ormond. Ormond had absolutely nowhere to go. The same goes for Brandon Crasta. Levi McIntyre also got collected. Kyle Matthews also gets collected in this. it's just a chain reaction after another. Stephen Colin also got into it, and we had another accident come out in front of them. Hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully it didn't involve the 28 because he went down so low. And no, Seth Cole, he looked to avoid that mess, but then he gets hit by Danny Wells, and that must have been how Wells got his damage. The 24 spins out right in front of the 12, and Wells, he's just along for the ride. Both drivers hit right into the safer barrier as Seth Cole spins out just before the entrance of turn one. Danny Wells gives him another hit to keep spinning him. As Wells, he tries to dive down to get out of Seth Cole's way, and he gets hit by Dustin Stuller. Jessica Shelton, I believe she had to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting Danny Wells, and oh man, good move by last week's winner. She ends up getting away. Christina Bell gets hit by Seth Cole. She gets into Brayson Mitchell, and then Jonathan Zorlin hits the back of Christina Bell. Oh man, it was just a chain reaction just happening there. Seth Cole thought he missed it, but then he just gets clobbered by Danny Wells. There's there's the damaged cars of Levi McIntyre and Dylan Young here. And Tim Fiegel, it looks like he got another hit from Mitchell Collins in the 22. Yep, that's exactly what happened. He's already up in smoke. And Brandon Krasa also gives him another hit. There's Cole D. And you know what? This may actually be a blessing in disguise for Cole Deaver. With all the spots that he can make up, he can definitely avoid elimination. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of drivers are definitely going to be out of the race now. I don't know, but oh man, but more stuff happened here. I need to stick with Wells because he got back into it with McIntyre, I believe. They're just trying to get back to where they were. I'm gonna have to fast forward it just a little bit to see exactly what happened. Oh, it looks like we may have had another accident happen here. There's McIntyre, unless they all just bunched up here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Dylan Young slowed down, and I guess they were all just trying to get around the number two. Dustin Stuller hits the back of Danny Wells, and then they were all just bunched up here together. Okay. Never mind. Danny, he actually went in there full speed. He went in there full speed, and he just slams himself right into the back of Jonathan Zorlin. Okay, so that's what happened there. So Danny pretty much took himself out of this race. He nearly got into his own teammate also, Mitchell Collins. Luckily, Collins was able to avoid his spinning teammate, but oh man. And there's Simon Oscon. He's already 2 laps down, but shockingly enough, I don't think he got that much damage. There's a little bit of damage to the back of his 91, but I don't know if he'll be able to continue. Before we head back to live action, let's ride on board with the number 20 Ream Toyota Camry of Jessica Shelton. That was good driving by last week's winner. Back at Las Vegas, we're going to restart on lap number 19, and we have a handful of drivers who are now out of this race. They are Stephen Colin, Nathan Ormond, who's pretty much eliminated from the playoffs, as well as Charles Sanford. He may also be eliminated. Seth Cole is out. Tim Beagle is out. Christina Bell is out. Danny Wells is out. Kyle Matthews is out. Cole Deaver is out. And Jonathan Zorland is out. Well, our top 10, once we get back underway, goes as follows. Cody Lamas is the leader. Second is Dougie Shears. Third, RJ Bishop. Fourth is Alex Drayton. Fifth is Alex Ferranti. Sixth, Ryan Acosta. Seventh is William Brock. Eighth, Michael Norman, who finished second place last week. Ninth is Cole Daly. And rounding out the top 10 is Aaron Macklin. The rest of the top 15 are Matt McIntyre, Dylan Poteet, James McLeod, Chris Darlington, and Zachary Fitzwater, as the green flag is now back out. And believe it or not, it looks like Simon Oston is still up to speed, but he's forcing Cody Lamas on the outside. That's going to allow RJ Bishop to try to use him to get the lead, which is exactly what's about to happen. He's trying to make it 3 wide, forcing Cody Lamas on that high line, and RJ Bishop has taken the lead away from the 11. RJ Bishop hasn't been the victory lane since he won the date. No, since he won at Darlington, I believe. Yes, RJ Bishop's last victory was at Darlington. But here comes Alex Ferranti. My mistake. Alex Drayton, rather. Ferranti, he's behind Dougie Shears right now, as it looks like that Drayton, he wants to try to get around the number 11 for second place, but RJ Bishop, he's going to continue to run away with that lead, and here comes William Brock along with Aaron Macklin. Aaron Macklin trying to represent for his Evernham teammates right now. Aaron Macklin right now, he's racing hard on the inside as Alex Drayton. He's trying to look to take away second place from Cody Lamas, which he does. Aaron Macklin right now, he sits 32nd in standings now. He may not be in contention for the championship, but still, every spot can matter, as we now see that Dylan Young and oh man, we got trouble. Oh man, Matt McIntyre gets into Dylan Young, and oh man, that just caused a huge wreck. Oh no, Matt McIntyre gets into it with Dylan Young as he was leaving pit road, and that will bring out our third caution of the day, as we just passed the halfway point of this thing. And oh man, we got drivers, and oh no, James McLeod, 10th in standings, he got involved. Levi McIntyre sits on pit road, and Mitchell Collins in the 22, he got into it. And oh man, also Cole Daly. Cole Daly also got into it, and he's actually 14th in standings. He's risking elimination as well. Oh man, I'm trying to see who was all involved. There's Joshua Osborne in the 1, and there's Brandon Crasta in the bag, 4th in standings. Oh man, Las Vegas, they're not really... Las Vegas is not showing any favors for our playoff drivers here tonight. RJ Bishop continues to lead. We're going to have to go to the replays and see what happened with that contact between Matt McIntyre and Dylan Young. Here's having to bring out our third caution. Matt McIntyre was in a 4-wide situation with Aaron Macklin, William Brock, and Cody Lamas, but Dylan Young stupidly tried to come back onto the track, and he gets into it with Matt McIntyre, and he also gets right into Dylan Poteet, and James McLeod here, but luckily Poteet and Shears managed to escape, but McIntyre's wheels locked up, and Cole Daly, he had absolutely nowhere to go. And it looks like that Joshua Osborne also locked up, and he turns right into the left rear quarter panel of James McLeod. McLeod and Osborne get right into the safer barrier as McIntyre continues to spin out right in front of Cole Daly here. Oh man, that was just a bonehead move on Dylan Young's part, as oh man, Dustin Stoller and Brayson Mitchell literally had to avoid the cars coming down back onto the track. McIntyre is trying to turn his car back around here, as well as Osborne. And oh man, here comes Mitchell Collins into the picture, and he just slams hard into the back of Joshua Osborne. And both he and James McLeod end up flipping, and Brandon Krasser also came into it, and he gets into the, and oh man, he just gets right into the 22. Oh man. James McLeod slides down onto the apron on his roof and luckily lands back on his wheels, but oh man, it's just a huge calamity from the backstretch all the way into turns 3 and 4. We head back to live action. Here we are riding on board with the number 1 McDonald's Chevrolet of Joshua Osborne. Just got right into it with James McLeod and then gets clobbered by Mitchell Collins in the 22. And unfortunately, I think that's going to end Osborne's day along with a few others. And here we are back at Las Vegas. We're going to restart on lap number 27 out of 41. We're only going to have 15 laps to go. And we have more drivers who are not out of this race. They are Brandon Krasta, Mitchell Collins, Joshua Osborne, James McLeod, and Cole Daly. I think it's safe to say which drivers are going to be eliminated from the playoffs after this race. But our top 10, once we get back underway, goes as follows. Alex Drayton is the race leader. Second place is Aaron Macklin. Third is Steven Gonzalez. Fourth is Chris Darlington. Fifth is Allison Rain, who's actually one of the drivers who was at the chance of being eliminated. But a good finish here will move her into the round of 12. Sixth now is Jessica Shelton, last week's winner. Seventh now is William Brock. Eighth is RJ Bishop. Ninth, Cody Lamas. And rounding out the top 10 is Dylan Poteet. And the green flag is now back out here at Las Vegas. Hopefully we won't have another calamity like that happen in the back straightaway, as we now see that Simon Oscon forces his teammate onto the high side. And here comes Chris Darlington with a head full of steam in at number 82. Chris Darlington came into the season a little bit late, but he does have a victory here. He won the Coca-Cola 600 as he finds himself in, racing into third place. And Allison Rain, she finds herself in fourth. She's trying to do what she can to race herself into the round of 12, still running her Allied Pride colors. As we still see Levi McIntyre and Dylan Young leaving pit road. I think they got that glitch where they have to just keep pitting every time they get back onto the track. But Allison Rain now stuck on the high side. She just lost a position to RJ Bishop, and she just finds herself back to the inside and headed back to the front. We just had a lead change. Aaron Macklin just took it away from Alex Drayton. He did lead that lap, but now here comes our Brickyard 400 winner, William Brock. William Brock would love to try to get his second win of the season here tonight. And here comes RJ Bishop. He's looking to try to get his third win of the season. And here's the driver who's trying to get her first win, Allison Rain. She's making it 3 wide for fourth place for third place, rather, excuse me, as she is going to do what she can, and she has her teammate right behind her, Ryan Acosta. Everyone knows that, oh no! Allison Rain just got spun out, but she saves it! But oh no! She just took out Jake Rogers, and oh man, they're still wrecking. Allison Rain ends up getting spun out, but she ends up saving it, but at the cost of a couple more drivers, and one of them was a playoff contender. Oh man, we just hit under 10 laps to go here, and I literally saw that happen live. William Brock raced race their way back to the yellow flag as he is the race leader. There's Dustin Stoller. He's up in smoke. He was involved, and Levi McIntyre. And there's Ryan Acosta. I was just talking about Acosta too. And oh man, and there's Jake Rogers who got into it with his own teammate. He has massive front end damage to that 94 Dodge. And there's Simon Oscon who unfortunately got collected in that. But oh man, that could have ended up way worse for Allison Rain. She should bring some of that luck to the casino later on tonight once this race is over. But we're gonna have to go to the replays and see how all this unfolded. She has a little bit of rear end damage, but I don't know if she's gonna come down pit road to get that fixed or just leave it be. But here's what's gonna bring out this caution. Nearly in a 4 wide situation, Alex Drayton literally gets tagged by Michael Norman, and then it also spins out Allison Rain. Allison Rain is completely sideways while Alex Drayton gets stuck next to Ryan Acosta. And Ryan Acosta, he's just along for the ride. He slams right into the inside safer barrier. Now Drayton, I believe now he's on the apron right now, but I do believe that he manages to keep going. I think he still saves his 14. Which I do think he does. He nearly gets into it with Chris Dalton, but luckily he slows down enough to not get too loose, so he keeps going. So both Drayton and Allison Rain saved their cars, but unfortunately for Ryan Acosta, he ends up spinning out way worse. I'm trying to get to him. There he is now. Now Acosta, he spins completely around after slamming the inside safer barrier, but it still doesn't end there as Acosta spins out. Luckily, everyone goes to the high side to avoid the 78, and I don't think anyone else hit him. Dustin Stoller nearly did, but Acosta, he gets himself going again. But like I said, it doesn't end there. Allison Rain, she was completely sideways in the back straightaway, and I really thought she was gonna lose her car. But that little tap from Aaron Macklin actually fixes her back in the right direction, and she manages to keep going. And I think she tries to go onto the apron and back onto the track, but Jake Rogers, he was coming. And then Jake Rogers, he gets a lot of front end damage, and he gets right into his teammate who's already multiple laps down. And unfortunately, Cody Lamas, he ended up getting collected by the 94. He gets some front end damage to his number 11. Now, Lamas' teammate Jessica Shelton dove down to the apron to avoid this, but two of the Everham cars get together as well as Cody Lamas in the 11. And oh man, Dustin Stoller, he actually ran into the back of Cody Lamas. Oh man. Oh man. I don't think Cody's gonna be too happy with Dustin after this one. But oh man, it was just a chain reaction of what happened. We got we got three drivers who ended up super lucky, but unfortunately we had just as many get bad luck at the entrance of turn 3. Here we are back at Las Vegas, hopefully with our final restart of the night. We're gonna restart on lap number 35 with just 7 laps to go. And we have more drivers who are not out of this race. They are Levi McIntyre, Dylan Young, Dustin Stoller, Ryan Acosta, and Cody Lamas. Once we get back underway, William Brock is still our race leader, trying to get his second win of the season. RJ Bishop is second, trying to get his third win of the season. Aaron Macklin, shockingly in third place, trying to get his first win, representing for his Everham teammates. Chris Dalton is fourth, trying to get his second win of the season. Alex Drayton is fifth, trying to get his first. McIntyre is sixth, trying to get his second. The hometown driver Sky Combs trying to get his first. Steven Gonzalez in eighth, trying to get his second. Joshua Mudd trying to get his first of the season at ninth. And rounding out the top 10, trying to race her way into the round of 12 with damage, is Allison Rain. A lot can happen in 7 laps. What will we see? Will we have one more caution? I don't know. We don't have any more lap traffic to hinder these lead drivers as the green flag is now back out. And here comes Aaron Macklin and Sky Comets making a move for the inside. Comets is going to try to get up there with the help of his teammate. And oh man, I don't know what happened with RJ Bishop. It's like he lost a lot of speed, but William Brock, he's going to have to try to do what he can to protect that lead. And oh man, these guys are coming. Look at the Stewart Haas drivers. Alex Drayton and Sky Commons, they're looking to try to get up there to that lead. Like I said, Alex Drayton trying to get his first win of the season, but here comes the hometown boy, Sky Commons. He's being pushed by Steven Gonzalez and Joshua Mudd. Two really good friends here. And oh man, the more that they go side by side, the more that is going to allow William Brock to get away. As Sky Commons now finds himself in second place. And oh no, Joshua Mudd! Josh just took out, oh no! Josh just took out the field, and I don't know if that's going to be the end of the race. Oh no, Joshua Mudd ran it a little bit too hard, and he ends up taking out his friends. Chris Darlington is damaged. There's Nathan Hudson with damage. And oh no, there's Alex Drayton. There's Joshua Mudd. Oh no. Josh. Oh, I bet that's exactly what Steven and Alex are saying right now. Oh, man. Major damage to that black number 5. Major damage to the Haviland Ford Mustang of Steven Gonzalez. And oh, man. I don't know if that just ended the race or what. But our leader is still William Brock. Skycom is the hometown native here in Las Vegas, sits second. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back going for another restart. If we do, it might be one lap to go, but I'm not sure. I don't know, but let's go to the replays and see the bonehead move that Joshua Mudd did, as William Brock is still our race leader. Well, here's going to bring up our final caution of the race here. Heading into turn 3, Joshua Mudd had a really fast run, but I guess he couldn't hang on to it because he just gets loose right into Steven Gonzalez right there. He gets right into the left side of Gonzalez's door, and in turn, he gets the left rear quarter panel of Alex Drayton. And oh man, Chris Dalton actually ends up flipping after hitting the wall. Oh man, that is not how you want to end a race when you had a strong car like these drivers have. Dalton's car is literally just stuck right on top of Gonzalez's 28. And oh man, it looks like we may have had another accident. Oh man, Brett Kennenberg and RJ Bishop may have gotten into it as well. And Simon Oscon, he gets right into the rear of RJ Bishop. Let's bring it back a little bit and see what happened there. Oh. Okay, I guess RJ Bishop came in contact with Michael Norman. Oh, okay, I guess they were all trying to avoid. Yes, they were all trying to avoid Joshua Mudd because they didn't know if he was gonna come back down. And in turn, Michael Norman, he gets into the left rear quarter panel of RJ Bishop. And he just knocks him loose right in front of Allison Rain. Now luckily RJ Bishop getting hit by Brett Kenningberg, that might have actually saved Allison Rain from getting hit. As Kenningberg spins out in front of the field here, you see black smoke coming out of the 38, so he's gonna be done. As we saw earlier, Simon Oscon, he gets right into the rear of RJ Bishop. And RJ Bishop had a strong car all night long, and to see it end like that is really devastating for the 17 team. Before we head back to live action, let's have a couple of onboards. Here's the first one from the number 14, One Cure Ford Mustang of Alex Drayton. Having absolutely no idea, just Drayton, just his day just went from decent to just bad in an instant. Now here we are riding aboard with the number 7 Allied Pride Chevrolet of Allison Rain. Really close call, nearly coming in contact with the RJ Bishop in the 17. Now here we are with the onboard from the number 31 Great Clips Chevrolet of Dylan Poteet. Really some close calls there by the number 31 and a few more drivers. And here we are back at Las Vegas. We're gonna have ourselves a one-lap shootout to finish this. William Brock was really hoping that this race would end under caution, but he's gonna have to defend that race lead for one more green flag lap. And we have Nathan Hudson, Simon Oscon finally retired out, Chris Darlington is out, Brett Kinneberg is out, and Alex Drayton is out. Our top 10, once we get back underway, goes as follows. William Brock is the leader, Sky Common second, third is Aaron Macklin, fourth Michael Norman, fifth Alex Ferranti, sixth Allison Rain, seventh Dylan Poteet, eighth Zachary Fitzwater, ninth Jessica Shelton, and rounding out the top 10, the first driver who brought out the caution here tonight is Matt McIntyre. The rest of the top 15 are Brayson Mitchell, Dougie Shears, Jake Rogers, RJ Bishop, Steven Gonzalez, and Joshua Mudd. That's literally all that's left. But anyway, one lap shootout to determine our winner here at Las Vegas and who will find themselves into the round of 12 as the green flag is out. The green and the white flag is out. And oh man, Sky Commons, he's not wasting any time at all. He's already trying to go for the lead. Sky Commons has been close all season long, but here comes Aaron Macklin. He may be looking to try to spoil the day, but I don't know if he's going to have anything for that number 10. Coming out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time, here comes Alex Drayton, our pole sitter, but this night is going to belong to Sky Commons. Hometown hero himself, Sky Commons, has raced his way into victory lane here as he will take home the South Point Hotel and Casino 400. Still fueling victories. Congratulate Sky Commons for winning here tonight after a caution-filled calamity of racing here tonight at Las Vegas. Oh man. S4 South Point 400 race number, I believe this is 29. Yes, 29. And this race is indeed in the books. Hometown hero Sky Commons races his way and captures his first win of the season here in the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series. Alex Ferranti, he's been up and down along the field, and he finds himself finishing silver this week. Aaron Mack on a good run for the Everham Dodge in the number 98. He'll have to settle for the final podium spot in third place. William Brock drops back to fourth. He knew what he signed up for when he stayed out to protect that lead, but Sky Commerce came on the inside and he couldn't defend it. Michael Norman, who finished second place last week, ends up with a top 5 finish here tonight. Dylan Pote, actually our highest running chase contender, ends up 6th place. Allison Rain ends up 7th, and I do believe that this may have just given her a chance to race in the round of 12. I'm not sure. I still have to calculate all the points. So Zachary Fitzwater also ends up 8th. Last week's winner, Jessica Shelton, ends up 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Nat McIntyre. He was the first guy to bring out the caution here tonight, and he ends up with a top 10. Then we have Dougie Shears, Brayson Mitchell, RJ Bishop. Then Jake Rogers rounds out the top. Jake Rogers ended up 14th, while Joshua Mudd ended up being the last driver racing in the top 15. Both he and Steven Gonzalez were on good track to having better finishes, but that bonehead mistake ended up costing both he and Drayton, and Steven Gonzalez was actually the last driver in the running order in 16th. Oh man, and we have a lot of drivers who are out of this race. I'm just gonna have to just go down the list. Alex Drayton, Brett Kenningberg, Chris Darlington, Nathan Hudson, top 20. Simon Oscar, Cody Lamas, Ryan Acosta, Dustin Stuller, Dylan Young, top 25. Levi McIntyre, Cole Daly, James McLeod, Joshua Osborne, Mitchell Collins, top 30. Then we have Brandon Crasta, Jonathan Zorland, Kyle Matthews, Cole Deaver, and Danny Wells, top 35. Then we have Tim Fiegel, Seth Cole, Charles Sanford, Nathan Ormond, who I'm pretty sure both of them are now eliminated from the playoffs. Stephen Colin, Christina Bell, and points leader James Qualls ended up finishing dead last here tonight. Well, that does it here for Las Vegas here, race fans. The next time the NASCAR Second Cup Series playoffs will be on YouTube will be when we go into the Great Plains of Kansas Speedway. So don't forget to tune into that, race fans. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here to see more of this action. And don't forget to stay in touch with all Second Cup Series news on Facebook. Congratulations one last time to Sky Commerce for winning the South Point Hotel and Casino 400. And we will see you guys at Kansas.